I think.
Yeah, either email or text.
You know what, I'll just send it out to the group.
Is doing that weird thing where we don't. do it
Stephanie,
again.
did you see?
Well, we don't hear what?
Thing about Rock Hill?
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
No.
Hacienda's closing.
The growing facility that they put in there.
Yeah,
People in the neighborhood are now complaining about the smell, which is exactly what.
right.
It took them a couple of years.
Just noticed that.
Yeah. and he
They
had-
could have had
Where are they,
residents
David?
move
Courthouse?
to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our cannabis has some.
which one, which,
Hotel.
Like off of Main, so off of Manchester?
I think it's.
Curtis,
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
there.
I don't know. He did.
Okay.
I know.
First,
Sue,
they
can you
wanted
help
to
here
put
for a
one-
second?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have this turned
and
all
that's
the way
what
up,
spurred us to
but you
have,
can't
like,
hear.
Who can't hear? We can't hear them. and
We can't hear them.
You
Yeah.
know, we knew about that smelly thing. Right?
No.
Ask him to say something.
And just telling
Make
now-
sure he's unmuted.
now-
Pat, can you say something? Patrick?
Something,
You
something,
want to test the audio? Can you say something?
something.
I saw,
Can you say something again?
Something again.
Okay, we can't.
He's talking, you can't hear.
Yeah.
So if I go to,
I'm saying something.
Audio.
Yes.
What did you pick for?
Well,
audio?
not longer than I expected, not
Your
longer.
phone?
Patrick, which audio should I use? The Crestron question?
Not so far. I mean, I got my,
The
You wanna take
owl.
The real tag.
yeah,
Real
I
time.
got my 30.
Real time.
put in
Use
my-
the owl, not the Crestrons.
Yeah, that's what I figured out. Well, now you-
Yeah, at
I'm
one
not-
point there was nobody running and then all of a sudden, there's three
Wait, I
people.
hope to be used by.
Is.
What are your
Patrick, can you hear us?
That team's not running now. He's not rerunning.
What are your options?
And what about Sydney? I think his.
What?
Another year.
Right, you're right.
He has another year. It's.
That's the speakers.
Oh, you,
Oh.
like which one do
Yes.
Can you hear me?
you? So click okay. Let's see. Hey, Patrick,
Okay.
try that again, please.
And then,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
What about?
Great.
No, that's.
The other guy
That's part
The
of.
other gentleman that's running is,
you're supposed to.
uh, Chairman.
Pat, say something again.
Yeah.
Something again.
Okay. Yay! Thank you.
CDC.
Thank you.
Yep.
TJ.
Thanks for
Yep.
playing.
He's right.
Mhm.
We recorded all of that.
So what? What did you? Welcome to Alabama.
We can trim it up.
Okay, thanks,
I'm not
Pat.
I'm not worried about it. There
Before
are
we
worse
start,
things to we could do.
Question for you, Beverly. I was gonna resend out the link to the questionnaire off of your email. Can I do that? I know we can't do like multiple people emails.
Yeah, I can do it.
Oh, you can do it? Okay.
I can forward it from the email you sent me. Send that one again.
Okay, yeah. Or I didn't know if I could send it if that's,
Can I-
I didn't know that was okay to do
We
though.
talked about it under the, setting your
Perfect.
goals, setting your goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
All right, welcome, 7:07 PM, calling the Park and Rec Commission meeting, January 21st, to order at 5 Oaks on Warson. Roll call. What do you want to do?
You can do
Bill Hanson,
Present.
Stephanie Todd. Here. Jim Person. Here. Daniel Bookholder.
Here.
Sue Rich here. Curtis Carey. Not here. Travis Neal. In attendance, Maxine Weil from the council as our liaison. PJ, thank you. I'll put the last name. All right, from Park Director and Beverly Tucker Knight, Park Director. Patrick's online. Oh, and Patrick's online.
Oh, thank you.
Patrick, McGee. Oh, bad with the last names. Patrick McGee is online.
Yes.
All right. Hearing from citizens.
No,
Anyone online?
no,
We have written communications,
no.
minutes. Did everyone get a chance to look at the minutes from the previous meeting?
Yeah.
Any adjustment?
There were some typos, but
Oh, great.
you're able to understand the gist of it, so I don't know that we need to
You can say,
You can approve them. like,
As
with
am-
appro-
as amended.
Okay,
Yeah.
Can you send those typos to
I
somebody?
did not.
you want to send it to me?
I can send, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I move that they-
Any other comments before we take a? All right, anyone want to?
I move that the minutes of the November 19th, 2025.
As amended,
With the
As
amendment.
amended.
As amended, okay.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? All right, the minutes will be approved, and so you're gonna send those changes?
Yep. They were minor.
Oh, my goodness, I haven't advanced our slides. Yeah, we do that right now.
All right, item number 5, Creve Core reciprocal agreement.
Yes, so Beverly Tucker Knight, Parks and Recreation Director. I would like to introduce TJ Beasley, Recreation Supervisor. And joining us remotely is Patrick McGee. And for some reason, I don't know if I can get him. Oh, there he is. There's Patrick in his car
Poor
at his
guy.
daughter's basketball game. They are going to take you through an exciting partnership that we are developing with the city of Creve Coeur. And just kind of as a reminder for those, or information for those that are newer commissioners, when we set out our Parks Master Plan, and then as we go through our mission, one of the things we identified is that as a smaller city, partnerships really help us enhance our services and our offerings to our residents. So we have very strong partnerships with Olivet in Bloom, Olivet Sustainability Advocates, a lot of local nonprofits for native plants that help us throughout the year with the parks, such as Wild Ones, Missouri Prairie Foundation. So we have lots of different partnerships. And we also partner with the city of Clayton and the city of U City in our youth sports. So prior to COVID, we had a partnership with the city of Creve Coeur where our programs were offered, some of our programs were offered jointly to both Creve Coeur and Olivet residents at the same rate. That died with COVID. And now we have an opportunity for a new partnership. So I'm going to turn it over to Pat and to TJ, and they're going to kind of walk you through an exciting reciprocal agreement with the city of Creve Coeur.
Yeah, thank you, Beverly, and hello, everybody on the commission. Sorry I couldn't be there. My daughter had basketball practice, but anyway, I'll kind of skip all that good stuff and get into the partnership. So this was kind of born out of a necessity to not only bring more people to Olivet and to Five Oaks on Warson, but expand our membership, but we also wanted to offer more to the residents of Olivet. And two things that we do not have in Olivet, but we know that our residents are, not only using them for hockey, for skating, and as well as playing golf, but we wanted to kind of offer them something that they didn't have before, which is going to be, this partnership is basically allowing Creve Coeur residents to get the resident rate at Five Oaks on Warson, and Olivet residents the ability to get the resident rate, which is, of course, the cheapest rate at both of our facilities, at the ice rink and the golf course. So they have a 9-hole golf course and a full-size arena that offers public skate, stick and pucks, as well as various other activities at the ice rink. And of course, the golf course is a golf course. So this partnership was kind of born out of the fact that we wanted to basically really recruit more members, and we kind of, you'll see later in the slides that we talk a little bit about how many Creve Coeur residents are already coming to Five Oaks, but we wanted to expand in there and build up our membership base a little bit too. So TJ, if you have anything you'd like to add, please feel free to jump in and expound on that if you'd like to.
Yeah, the one thing I'll add, is they're getting resident rates on memberships and day passes. They're not getting, resident rates for any of our programs or room rentals or park pavilions or dog park. Now, if they become a member, they would then, they'll get resident member rates for programs. But but the initial is just for memberships and day passes.
Why is that?
Yeah,
That, oh,
and I'm sorry, Sue, if it sounded like I heard you say something. I didn't catch it though.
no, there's Jim.
Jim.
Oh, Jim, sorry.
Your question is, why is it only for that?
Yeah, why did you limit?
Or why did we limit it?
Yes.
Because we're trying to offer programs that they don't have. So they do have lots of pavilion rentals in Creve Coeur, lots of availability for that. We also, Stacy Park, as we all know, gets impacted in the summertime. So we don't really necessarily want to increase competition there. But for the ice rink and the golf course, those are things we don't have. And then they do not have fitness center, a gymnasium, or indoor playground, or they have one small room for facility rentals. They don't have a community center.
Yeah, and we wanted to keep it like equitable, equal as well. For us, it's, you know, the membership and day pass for them, you know, all of that residents will get that day pass for the golf course.
Yeah, and I agree with that because I was looking at dates to reserve the Stacy Park Pavilion. Every Sunday in September is already booked.
Yeah.
And there's one already booked in October, so I agree that they should get, you know, cheap pavilion.
It's very common in reciprocal agreements for there to be exclusion things. So for example, we are trying to get reciprocity for a swimming pool with a neighboring city, and that is a much longer negotiation. Creve Coeur has a reciprocal agreement very similar to this with Maryland Heights for their ice rink and their golf course, and their residents are able to use the outdoor aquaport swimming pool in Maryland Heights. It is not for their indoor facility. So Maryland Heights was very, drew a very specific line to their reciprocal agreement. So in our talks with Clayton, one of the things previously they said is that they would entertain reciprocity with their indoor swimming pool, but not their outdoor swimming pool. However, they have, since those initial conversations with them, they changed Parks and Rec directors and changed city managers. So we have to start the process again.
Well, just to be clear too, so the Clayton, if you have a membership, the Clayton Rec Center, it does not include the Shaw Park.
That is correct, because the Shaw Park outside pool is heavily impacted. And so there are summers, and Pat, correct me if I'm wrong on this, because Pat used to actually run their aquatics program. Sometimes residents were not allowed to bring non-residents with them to the outside pool because they.
The only way that you could get in there was to either be a pass holder or a guest of a pass holder. That they limited, you couldn't just come off the street and pay a guest rate. So they did limit that, but you were always able to bring guests as a member. Mhm.
Okay.
And to be clear about this partnership with Creve Coeur, this is, what we want to start with. This is digestible for both cities. It's trackable for both cities. And I think that this could be just the beginning. I think that it's something we could also grow and expand on in the future. We didn't want to go crazy right off the bat because we don't have anywhere else to go after that. So we wanted to kind of put it out there, see what the interest level was, and then see if we need to do any additional offerings either at Creve Coeur or in Olivet.
Before we move on, we've had very specific targeting of marketing this agreement once it's signed. So maybe TJ, do you want to talk a little bit about where we want to focus some of our outreach to Creve Coeur about this?
Yeah, so currently working on the activity guide for spring, summer, that will be in homes by March. And so there'll be a full page there listing the partnership and benefits for all the residents and how they go about obtaining the resident rate at these facilities. It will also be in all of the newsletter or all of life. And then we're planning on doing a mailer to Creve Coeur homes that are on this side of 270. because Freeport is very large and looking at different facilities that are on the other side of 270, those individuals might not think it all the way to us. So we'll be very targeted in that mailer, explaining the partnership, giving them like a free visit to come check us out, see the.
But just for clarity, it's open to anyone in Creve-Coeur, whether they're east or west, 270.
Correct, it's open to anybody, but for the actual like mailer,
For our mailer, yeah.
because
We're gonna target it.
it's a targeted mailer,
Right.
And
I just want to be
We
clear.
do that now with some of our activity guides and some of our postcard mailings actually do go into Creve-Coeur. What we try and do, what our past practice is, we sort of follow the Ladue school district boundaries within a certain sphere. So for example, we mail into Ladue, but we don't cross 6440. We go into Creve-Coeur, we typically don't go past Lindbergh. But with this, we'll do some further outreach, but we will not mail to the county Creve-Coeur addresses. There's large sections in the northern part of Creve-Coeur that are actually in St. Louis County. They're not within the city limits of Creve-Coeur, but they're in that same zip code. So we're not going to mail into there because those homes in there will not qualify for the reciprocal agreement. So if they're county residents, they will still have to pay the non-resident rate, because we do not have an agreement with the county.
And Creve-Coeur will also be doing some marketing for this as well, because this is something that they're excited to push out to the residents of Creve-Coeur as well. So those areas, while we're not directly mailing to them, we will still get the word out via Creve-Coeur as well.
So they don't have a rec zone? I mean, they don't have, oh, wow.
No,
And the activity guide will include instructions as to how,
yes.
what's required to get to qualify.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and we also talked about the next Chamber of Commerce, the Creve-Coeur Olivet Chamber of Commerce mailing to try to do some.
Yeah.
Part of the process is correct some of the things, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Does it have to come before both city councils?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the agreement, we have the draft agreement. It was attached to this. I can let me stop the share.
Question, do we vote on it or is it just for our?
You will vote on it. Yes.
That we recommend.
Well,
You will,
yeah.
you will recommend that the council, you will recommend approval and then submitting to the council. What I'm going to do is share the screen. It was in your,
It's in the minutes as an attachment.
yeah, it's right here. Let me share this.
Yeah, see if you're not sharing that.
Yeah, so let's share this. There you go. So the draft agreement is not up there. Let me, how I do that, goodness only knows. I did say share, but I have to share it to, it's sharing online. They're seeing it online, but you need to see it on the external. So I need to actually slide this over to here. There we go. Now everybody's seeing the same thing. Okay, let me. Okay, this is really big here. Okay, here we go.
While you're doing that, a question, how many Creve-Coeur people do we have already?
We actually anticipated that question, so we have a full breakdown for you
Can I say?
that we will jump to, but we'll take.
Hang on a second.
And you didn't put me up to it.
No, we didn't.
No, hang on a second.
So this agreement is the same template that Maryland Heights used with Creve-Coeur. It's a one-page agreement and it's signed by the mayors of both cities once it's approved. So
How long is the agreement for?
it's for one year with the opportunity to extend, right? So it'll automatically renew until terminated by either party. We also can adjust it very easily.
Requires 15 days in this.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't take, yeah.
Now, the Maryland Heights Creve-Coeur agreement, I believe has been in for, Pat, was that 12 years? Do you remember?
The agreement, I do not remember the
don't.
duration, but it's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
at least 8.
Yeah, yeah. So we've already, this is the draft for you to see the whole, where's my mouse? Ah, there we go. So we put this in there for you to see the full draft, but we will put it on the next, if you approve it, we'll put it on the next city council meeting.
Is the 1 year extension to try to get around the COVID situation where,
Oh,
That's what I was
it's just a contract is
Okay.
a year. So the first year is a kind of a trial. We
Okay.
want to make sure
I
that,
didn't know if we put that in there so that if another COVID-like situation came up,
oh, yeah.
we
could-
didn't have to worry
right,
about re-signing.
right.
Just,
Yeah, and we could do, I mean, it's gonna automatic renew, but if we do make adjustments or changes to it, we could always do a multi-year agreement if we wanted to. But since it automatically renews, I think,
So we wanna see what happens.
yeah, we wanna see, they'll monitor stats, we'll monitor stats and see if it's of benefit to both cities. Pat, do you want me to jump to the stats?
Yeah, sure. If you want to.
Okay, okay, bear with me. Let's stop that share.
So does it apply for the classes that you have?
No.
Well,
Or they could go a little
If-
as a member.
if they purchase a true membership,
Right.
then they will receive the member rate for the classes. But if they're just coming in as a resident to take a class, no, but they have to purchase a membership,
Okay.
then they get the same rights and privileges of the other members.
So it depends.
It depends, right?
So, and their membership will be the same as Olivet resident.
Correct.
Correct.
And if they do that, then they're a resident member,
Right,
period.
right,
We don't won't distinguish.
Okay.
right.
Um, Pat, is it I'm gonna go down to, where do the majority of Five Oaks members live? Is that the one?
That's the one.
All right. Let's try this again. Okay. There we go.
Drag it over.
Get out of there.
Drag it over to-
Sure.
Patrick is next, I don't know if you can hear me.
Hey, how are you?
So, my question's about my understanding is that the ice rink doesn't have a membership, you just buy passes to go there. But the golf course, is that a membership or
No.
is that just passes for like?
They're very similar. It is just the resident rate to go to play golf there, and it's a resident rate for those drop-in programs like stick and puck and free skating and open skate.
Is it significantly different between resident and?
Yeah, it's not a membership based at either facility.
It's a couple of bucks different.
And for us, it could help to get.
One member, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And so anecdotally, right, if you went to the open skate as a non-res, you're paying, I think I'm not as familiar as the golf course, but it's a couple of bucks different. The golf course, I think it's a buck or two different. For non-res.
Yeah. It's a difference of like for I know because I went to Stick and Puck last week. It's a difference of like $3 or $4 for a non-resident versus resident, and for golf courts it's about, I want to say, like $8 to $12 difference.
Really? For 9 holes?
With a cart.
Oh, with a cart, maybe.
hmm
But if you're walking, I think it's just a couple bucks.
Yeah, it's pretty close if you're walking.
Pat, I have pulled up the screen. Where do the
Thank
majority
you.
of Five
Yeah.
Oaks members live?
So we really kind of wanted to, and these are memberships all across the board. So that could be somebody who has a 10 visit punch pass. That's somebody, who maybe has, a membership for our karate programs. We really kind of wanted to see overall, not just Five Oaks members, but people who have passes and went in and purchased, and are repeat customers at our facilities. And we kind of wanted to see where they were from, what zip codes. So we ran some reports and we found out, the great part is that we're reaching a lot of our Olivet residents. And second and third on that list are Creve Coeur. And those are the two zip codes, main one being 141 and 63146. So, and then after that, those are kind of what we kind of expected as far as, but we have some pretty far reaching to some other surrounding communities as well. And part of that is Renew Active. We already know that those people will kind of travel to where, whether it's pickleball or other programs that they like, they'll kind of travel outside of their, municipality to go to other places. So, but this was kind of enlightening for us to see that we already kind of have a little bit of a foothold in Creve Coeur, but it's something I think we can certainly expand on with this partnership. So I think we're excited to see that that's already there and to see how we can make those numbers grow as well.
A question on the number, just to see the 63132, 1791, is that household, does that include households or is that?
Everything. It's
But-
Yeah.
all types of memberships. It's not broken out by
Oh,
type.
no, I understand that, but
Yeah.
if a household has two people in it, is the household counted as one or?
It's counted as one
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just.
in this number.
For this number, it's like an individual.
It
Okay.
is? I thought it was the,
Trish, you ran that report from the membership list, right?
That is correct. Yes, it is from individual people.
so it is individual. Okay.
And then
okay.
some people in here like could be counted twice, because if they have a dog park membership and a membership here, they're like being counted twice because they have two.
Oh, I see, I
Two
see.
memberships.
Oh, you're right, because we probably don't have 1,700 houses in all
Correct,
of
and
that.
like we
Okay,
also have our Olivet resident O card,
right.
and that's considered like the membership that's also on people's accounts.
Did you extract the O card, Pat?
I did. I took out the O card and I took out dog park memberships. Those are the only numbers out of members that we had that I did pull out because I didn't want to get too in the weeds, but this was just kind of, I wanted to see where people were coming from. And go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking in terms of population of Olivet is somewhat north of 8,000.
It's 8,500.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was trying to figure out if.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
roughly a quarter of the population, which would be awesome.
Which is awesome, absolutely. So we
Yeah.
can further refine that. This is, as Pat said, we wanted to have
Yeah, I'm
enough.
trying to get some idea.
But we can. But originally when we opened, we wanted to get 10% of the population in here, and I think we're definitely doing that.
Okay.
We've definitely done that, so I think that's really good. We just need more revenue. But this membership, this expansion with Creve Coeur, I really think that I think we're gonna see a boost with that. Yeah.
I completely agree. And this is, like I said, just kind of the tip of the iceberg. I think for us, the city of Creve Coeur is, quite a bit larger than Olivet, but it also swells up even bigger during the work week with a lot of corporate businesses and offices. So our hope is that we can tap into that part as well.
Mhm.
This will apply to employment in Creve Coeur as well as residents.
Yeah, eventually what our hope is to kind of, and we've kind of done that a little bit with corporate memberships in our, in the city of Olivet, but our hope is to kind of set up some structures with the next fiscal year to where we can actually have a Creve Coeur corporate membership that is basically, the idea that we're kind of looking into is if we can put that, it'll be a little more expensive than the resident rate, but cheaper than the non-resident. So it'll kind of sit there right in the middle. And the idea is that we could, still be affordable for, corporate residents, but also we really want to get people to come, during your work day, on lunch breaks and after work or before work even. So
this will effectively help us with 39 North.
Yes, so right now, what we do with our memberships is what we did with our classes prior to having a community center. And that is that if you work in Olivet, you get the same benefit as living in Olivet. So people that work in Olivet receive the resident rate when they show proof of employment.
Does that apply to this agreement?
So this agreement, we have not, I don't think Pat, did you want to hold off on the businesses because we're looking at the corporate rate in the new fiscal year?
I think the plan that because we are looking at that for the next fiscal year, we are still going to look at those corporate memberships as residents in this, during this time. Because
do you think that's shooting ourselves in the foot because they'll say, oh, but I used to be a resident rate, now you're increasing me?
I think that we, like any community center, they evaluate their rates and those do, go through rate increases. And I think that it's not going to be a massive increase. Again, we're just putting some space in between the residents, the corporate, and the non-residents.
So this explicitly says residents.
Yes, the agreement doesn't say commercial, corporate.
Yes, currently that was not the plan because we don't actually have that kind of set up currently with a corporate rate.
Okay, so this agreement that's going to council, we are only talking about residents because Creve Coeur will not give Olivet business workers that reciprocal in Maryland, in Creve Coeur, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so this is for residents only, this agreement.
Correct.
Tackle corporate and businesses in the next fiscal year.
Correct.
And then we'll come back with a modified agreement. And the targeted marketing we're doing in Creve Coeur, we are only mailing to residences, not to businesses.
Yes, and that I think is probably a good way to start. I think we have to get our corporate price structure in place before we can really extend that out.
Yeah, I thought that's what we meant, and I think he just didn't understand the question. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Pat. Thanks for clarifying.
No problem.
My face was going, whoop. Excellent. So that's a precursor. Now you guys have seen the foreshadowing that we're gonna ask for some rate changes in the next fiscal year. Yeah.
Everybody else does that.
They do.
Jay,
Yeah.
well, not the Jay there.
So you'll see that at one of the meetings in the spring when we talk about the budget. Yeah. Any other questions about the terms of this? Oh, TJ, do you want to share how we're going to verify residency?
Yes, so Creve Coeur, has like the Creve Coeur resident card where they can go they pay $5 that has their photo ID. And then they can bring that here. Now, if they don't have that, we can still verify residency, how we verify with all of that residents with, utility bill, bank statement, and with their address, and that photo ID. And then with all of that residents, they will go and get that Creve Coeur resident card. There will be that $5 cost with it. But since we currently don't have like an Olivet resident card and we don't have a way to like print or make one, maybe in the future we will look at doing that, but for right now, Olivet residents will go
To City Hall.
Well, so how are Olivet residents gonna get a Creve Coeur
Well,
resident?
no. So just to be clear, this is not remember the old residency permits? What were they called? Occupancy permits?
Yeah.
This is not an occupancy permit. What we do here is that when you come in to get a membership, we give you an O card. An Olivet O card means that we've established that you're a resident. So you do that with your photo ID and then a bank statement or a current utility bill that verify that your address is physically within the boundaries of Olivet. That's how we establish residency. Then we attach an O card, resident O card, to your account, and that's how you get the resident rate when you purchase things. But that card is in the cloud. It's virtual. It's a virtual cloud. In Creve Coeur, they actually have a physical card where they do the same thing, but they take your picture and they give you a physical card and they charge $5 for it.
That seems,
It's very expensive. We don't have that system. We don't want to implement it right now, particularly because this is new for us. So our residents will bring their photo ID and they'll bring their bank statement or their, so the same way they do it here,
Same thing,
they'll do
just
it in
goes that
Creve
way.
Coeur.
so I mean, no, you just said that Creve Coeur is gonna make them get a residency card.
They give them.
Well, no, so
they
like-
have 'em.
They already have, so Creve Coeur already has a residency
I
card
understand.
to where if
So
the residents want that resident rate
So if
at
I
the
want-
ice rink.
Yeah,
or
so if I want the resident rate at the golf course,
golf
I'm gonna have to go to City Hall in Creve Coeur.
It's
First-
not City Hall. It's at the rec center, right? They get the,
I am.
Well, it used to be City Hall.
So this conversation doesn't matter. We're
it
going
doesn't
to
matter.
Creve Coeur.
But yeah,
You're going to Creve Coeur. And you'll have to give them your driver's license with your address and like a utility bill. And they will charge you $5 and give you a Creve Coeur ID.
So then you can get the resident rates.
Without
that's
that
what
ID,
you
you
I think I
can't.
misunderstood your question. I'm sorry, Steph. Yeah. So our residents are gonna have to do the same thing that
And-
Creve
and
Coeur
That's
residents
the
do.
purpose.
The
Yeah.
difference
And it
is,
lasts
we
for
won't
3
give them a
years.
card.
Now, their card lasts for 3 years. Our O card, we verify more frequently than that because a lot of people can move in 3 years and not know, especially in Olivet, we know we have a transient community as people are moving in and out for jobs and things like that. We verify more frequently. So, are we,
And we will finalize all those details in your meeting, with Jason, their Parks Director tomorrow. He's coming into the facility and we are finalizing all of those details. Like what the actual establishment of residence.
And this is really standard.
It
Like,
is,
Your
yes,
city
yeah.
plate does the exact same thing. You
Yeah.
have to go
Yeah.
pay for a card.
Right.
If you're reciprocal or
Yeah.
local. either.
and we decided early on, we did not want to do that for our residents, particularly because the council very deliberately got rid of that occupancy permit and having that photo ID and the other thing, it really made us feel like we were kind of back in that realm. So we chose not to do it. And plus, quite frankly, we didn't want to spend the money. Because you have to buy a machine, the cards are
Yeah.
expensive, you got to keep buying those, so we really
You
didn't
gotta
want to
take
do
a
that.
picture. and
Yeah.
process it.
They will need to change theirs if this goes through, because they say with the resident card, residents receive discounts, Creve Coeur, Baldwin, University City golf courses. Okay. So, just that.
Yeah.
Haven't seen.
Because they have reciprocals with other cities, right, right.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. And then,
Good.
yes, and then once we have that meeting, before this goes to council, we will send you all an update so you know what it is before it goes to council.
So, do we need to do a
Yes,
motion?
motion,
What does that-
yes. And I apologize, I didn't write a motion in here. The motion would be recommendation to approve the draft agreement for presentation to the city council.
And they'll create all the resolutions that they.
Yes.
Go for it, Jim.
Go for it. We're all.
I move as stated.
I will second S stated.
Deb, write the motion.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
Try to make it up when you do.
Well, I'll just listen to the tape.
We're being.
Right.
Yeah, can't take it up. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Okay, so I move that we recommend to all of that city council that they adopt the draft. That they approve the agreement between, Creve Coeur, Park, the reciprocal agreement between Creve Coeur Parks and Olivet Parks.
Okay, so this is what I've written. Recommendation to approve the draft reciprocal agreement for presentation to city council.
Okay,
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay.
all right.
So-
Excellent.
That's what I seconded.
All in favor?
I,
All opposed? Anybody abstaining? Okay, we're good.
Great.
Unanimously passed.
Thank you very much.
And that will go
Okay,
on
thank
the
you.
next.
When I saw
council-
that in the minutes, I was going.
That will go on
Wow.
the next council agenda.
Yes.
Is that the one?
Yes. Yeah.
Does it have to
Is
go
this
to
Tuesday?
two? Do they have to have, does it have to go to two or?
It has to go to both councils.
No, I mean, does it have to have
Oh,
two readings?
Yeah,
I don't think so. It's just an agreement. It's not it's not an ordinance. It's an agreement. It's like a contract. It's like when we buy something.
Yeah,
So it
that's
will
what we
be
have
this
city
Tuesday
attorney,
night.
right?
If anyone wants to attend, it'll be in the outcome. Okay,
Right.
so watch your Friday email. All right,
Thank you.
item,
Pat, are you gonna stay on for the Five Oaks presentation or do you want me to take it? Do you think I can handle it on my own?
I think you can handle it. I am trying to get these gal pals home for bed
Okay.
on a
all right.
school night.
Thanks, Pat. I appreciate it.
No problem. If you need anything, feel free
Thank you,
to
TJ.
let me know.
Okay.
thanks, Pat.
No
I-
problem. Thank you guys.
all right, have a good one.
You too.
Item
Bye.
number 6,
Okay, so
annual work plan.
great.
Review the 25 plan and the draft for 2026.
Yes, so here we go. So your four primary goals that you worked on this year was the dark sky, urban night sky place certifications, which we are still in process with that. Making sure you were attending community events and doing outreach and spreading the good news about Parks and Recreation. Serving on the green team, and then you were really trying to increase commissioner participation in the park visits. So those were your four primary goals for last year. So coming in to the new year, my recommendation is to continue those four, but also remember that we're coming into a year where we're going to look at the capital plan again. I think it's time to, we'll be, as part of the budget process, going through that again. We have some projects that you supported previously that we'll be working on. There's a grant going for the park design for the Olive Old Bonham Corner. We'll also be doing a grant to do the master planning for Warson Park, for continuing the park master plan projects at Warson, which is installing the restrooms up by the splash pad and the outdoor pickleball courts, and having the public meetings associated with that. So those will be big projects in 2026. And then we'll be going for the Muni Park grant to pay for the Warson Park improvements. And we're really hoping that the Muni Park grant will pay for about 100% of that project. Yeah. The project on the Old Bonham Olive Corner is funded through the capital plan. So we'll be able to work on that plan and then be able to get that out to bid fairly quickly. But the Warson Park project, I think, is pretty exciting. We haven't built brand new restrooms in a very long time. So that is going to really improve our amenities now that we have that beautiful porta potty screen that the park crew built out there. So I think those are good projects for you to take on. But as always, I want to hear from you. Are there other things that you really want to identify and put on your plan moving forward?
What about, Great Rivers Greenway in terms of interfacing with that? Do we need
Yes.
to do anything?
Right now,
Or is that all on Bruce's?
well, no, right now they are not doing any public meetings yet because they have the route established on the railroad right of way. They've cleared it. You can actually see it on some of the satellite imagery
Can you walk it?
Yeah. You can
Legally
walk
or
over-
illegally?
let me just say, it's not fenced.
Okay,
Have I walked it? No, I have not.
You can get to it.
okay.
Yeah, you can get to it. Sue will show you the way. Let me see. Sue, have you walked?
You're being recorded.
Yeah.
Does it fit?
Yeah, they don't
Not
have,
confirm
there
or not.
are no trespassing signs. out
Okay.
there. Okay.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
no,
So they just.
they just cleared the train trestle off of.
And I think did they take all the railroad ties up too? I can't
They
say.
had done some.
They've done
I
some.
haven't been there lately, so
Yeah.
they may have
Yeah,
finished.
they've cleared a lot of honeysuckle. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing what they
I've
did.
not been down there in 45 years.
It's from the corner of Alice and Price. Yeah, north on the old railroad right away that goes behind Auto Beauty
Yeah.
and
So those that
what's
don't.
the big construction Murphy Company.
Murphy. So those that don't know, years ago, like 25 years ago, the train tracks ran from Price and Olive on the east side of Price straight to the north. And then at the end, it turned left, made a 90-degree turn down by Murphy, and then ran out towards Steel. So they literally just took the tracks off and cleared all that honeysuckle and rubbish and whatever else. Yeah. So it's literally that old train trestle that hasn't been used in over 40 years.
So that part is still, they still have to finalize some of the engineering in there, but they're moving forward. I do not believe there will be a public meeting on that aspect. there could potentially be a public meeting for that last little bit on Dealman. So,
Well, the question is, cause I asked them when they were here this summer, the question is, where will it tie on to
Correct.
Dealman?
yes,
So it's either gonna tie at Dealman Industrial and Dealman, or it's gonna tie by the Merowitz property on a little bit further north. So.
I can show you
there may
afterwards
be
on
a
Where the
that.
con-
signals,
yeah.
you know, where the signals are. Put in,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
So,
it may go a
yeah.
little north, so they said there might be a meeting as to which of those two.
so we will continue to monitor that. If that comes up, you will absolutely be informed.
That
And
doesn't need to be on our work.
well, I think it doesn't hurt to have it on there. Because the other thing that's happening right now is you'll see, when you come into Five Oaks, you'll see, there's been a lot of engineering out there. They are starting to do the engineering for adding the crosswalk out here. It's still probably 2 years away from construction, but they've
see
sent
that
us the initial agreement to allow them to start working with the city for the planning of it. It's going to involve moving the telephone pole out there, the whole power supply. It's going to require removing our big oak tree out there, but the city horticulturalist has said it's okay because it's a pin oak. They will replant it, and we know from our work with them that they do what they say they're going to do. They will absolutely give us beautiful plantings in return. It will require moving our sign to a more visible location, which I'm also in favor of that because we all know it's tucked back a little bit. And they will take care of that with the sight lines because there will be a new signal there, which is a great crosswalk. So that will benefit us greatly. So, and they are paying for it 100%, which is really nice. Yeah.
So the other two quick points. They're gonna have to do the concrete work at Villa Park
Shouldn't say
for
the
that splash
splash.
pad. Is that part of this or that's not on the work?
That, oh, the
For like the runoff. and stuff?
yeah, that we are building a project for that.
Okay, so
We're
that's
trying
gonna
to
be a
figure, that's a separate project. We're trying to figure out what to do with that.
And then the
Okay.
replacement of some of the sidewalks.
Well, there's a continuation of the sidewalk in Villa, because there's a gap.
Yeah,
Right now.
but there's some very deteriorating.
There are, but you have to look is that
That's not.
higher priority than the trail that's the walking path at Stacy?
And the
So,
answer is no.
well, that's an exercise that you're
Yeah.
gonna have when you do your CIP review.
Okay, so, but
Yes.
that's under the budgets.
That's under the capital
Yeah,
improvement
yeah. Okay.
discussion.
So
Yes,
A question on the Old Bonham, work,
yes.
that a lot of that depends on what the city council is going to do with the identity, because we had that big
It's a-
wayfinding.
Well, the wayfinding is a separate project, because the wayfinding is down by the gate. What we're talking about is the corner where our sign
But-
is.
About 4 years ago, we talked, there was this big thing in terms of putting up identity signs on.
Correct.
all-
Wayfinding, yes.
And that whole thing,
That is
And-
not this project.
does the sign that's going at Old Bonham have any relationship to that?
Yes, it's the sign that
Needs
was,
to be coordinated.
well, it's the sign that goes there is the one that's identified in that plan, because all of our new park signs are in that plan. So what we'll put there is what's already been adopted in our wayfinding master plan.
But that,
But those-
is that also, is that also going to be all of that wide?
No,
Why not?
it's not funded.
Well, no, I
Oh.
understand.
Oh,
that,
okay.
But my question is why do we sort of silo this stuff if we're trying to communicate to the community?
Well, I think that there is a large price tag on the wayfinding for the entire community that the council has to grapple with.
No, I understand.
We can get grant money to do, like, we're using grant money to do the master planning there of where to put the sign. We funded the sign in the capital project, in the parks capital plan. The other wayfinding will come out of the city council capital plan, but they have to do the same thing we do. They have to triage where the needs are and weigh the use of the money. So when they do the wayfinding, that's the sign system that is adopted right now. but it is not funded.
Okay,
Yeah, so,
but the sign that you're talking about putting in relates only to parks.
yes,
That's the one in the
So-
corner.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and, okay, because, but it will be a changeable sign.
Yes, it's the sign that's, we have a sign identified in the sign master plan for the city for that corner. That is an illuminated sign. And that's the one that's gonna go there.
Okay,
Unless something happens that changes it, but that's our plan right now,
okay.
is to use that exact one.
Can we somehow put it in a position so Ameren doesn't wipe it out in a year?
Well,
Makes
to,
you
to
like-
do any work in that area, it has to be coordinated between MoDOT, Ameren, AT&T, Spire, and Missouri American Water, because all those utilities run through there. It's a very complex project, which is why there's no electricity on that corner right now, because when that sidewalk work was done several years ago, it severed the electrical line.
And
Yeah.
That's,
So we will be putting that back. And then the reason we're having landscape architects do this is because they will do the coordination with MoDOT. So we really need a professional design there. We can't just order a sign and put it in because of all the coordination of all that. There is, so if you look at all the traffic that goes on Olive, there is just as much traffic underground because of all the utilities that run underground along.
The short answer is we can do whatever we want and the utilities come back and move it.
well, and that's.
Well, there's
And we do
easements,
the
so we
best we
just,
can do.
yes, we absolutely will. But by bringing them to the table, we have a fighting chance of
Yeah.
it not being
But
damaged.
they can,
This is knowing that they don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
And with
they have
any of our,
responsibility.
with any of our projects, right now, we have a sign identified that's a two-sided LED sign. It's
nice.
pricey, it's
That's
beautiful. It's the one that we found, that's from Banff, National Park in Canada, that technology that doesn't look like an illuminated sign, but
Yeah.
you can read it.
So it's not glary.
Not glary, it
It's
meets
great.
IDA, it's beautiful. Now it's very expensive, and it's going to be much more expensive than when we first did the plan. So it could be that we do the same sign, but it ends up running facing the street, so there's only one side of it. So we'll see what happens when we get the design and then when we do the bids, because as we all know, once we put out those bids, it could be a lot more than what we anticipated. Yeah, so fingers crossed.
The one other open
Yes.
project, if you would, is the gate that got destroyed at Dealman.
Yes.
So what's the status of that and where
Well,
is that?
that's exciting. So, we approved
You're welcome.
the commission approved a new design. So we are going out to bid for the split rail fence along Olive and the section of Old Warson at Stacy Park. When we do that RFP, we're gonna do a bid alternate on it for them to do the gates along the
With the same
waterway
sort of look.
with the same sort of look, so that we try and get it,
little bit
economy of
bigger.
scale.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're a couple steps away from our topic,
we are.
probably.
Thank you.
Well,
No,
no, because the
because this
question was, is that part of the plan or
But-
not?
This is part of the master plan budget. I thought we were getting, instead of the gates like they are now, we were getting it so the.
We absolutely are, but there's going to be aprons to the side. We'll just
Okay.
have the split rail there with some perennial plantings under there, just because people try and drive around it. Yeah. And maybe they don't all need it, but we do know, I mean, the reason the gates are broken is someone drove through them.
So that's not part of this year's
The gates
plan,
that
that's,
from the walking trail.
Yeah.
yeah,
People drive through them?
they
Yeah.
took it out, they
They knocked it down,
knocked
but
it
we
out.
don't want it, you'll know about
Yeah,
it.
I didn't know.
It
I know the
exploded.
other day, I just didn't know. I just don't-
Yeah,
They
totally
destroyed
exploded. Yeah, someone in a big truck drove in from the other
Were they
side.
like drinking or they just went
Oh,
shortcut?
It was 2 nights before, it was the night before, 2 nights before Thanksgiving, so we have an
suspect-
idea.
Last year.
Yeah.
We suspect it was.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
no
yeah.
broken headlights on the ground, so it had to be a really big. Yeah,
And someone did
At
spot that truck.
very fast speed.
But
No, they
someone-
never found
I
it.
thought, well, no, I said, but someone saw the truck driving.
No, no one did. No one did. No, they
It
checked
was
everybody's
Driven by the
cams.
monkeys and the goat.
Ah, All right.
Okay, so.
Item
so-
number
So let,
7.
hang on, so for the work plan, I'm going to add to it that they'll be, really looking at the CIP. We'll be doing all of the standard reports that we added last year, so you have some reports coming up, like next month, you have the youth sports reports, so those individual program reports, we agreed to do those a couple of years ago when we started removing the fees from the city code and putting it into the annual budget. So you will see that, so that budget process becomes more important. So I will be adding that in there because now we have a fee schedule that gets approved every year as part of the budget. So you will have a big report coming about that because we will have recommendations for fees. So this is going to be a pretty busy year.
Yeah.
And what I'd like to do is, if there's anything else you want to add to that, I'll bring it to the next meeting with a list, and then you can approve your annual plan.
So what is the fiscal year?
July 1 to June 30. Yeah. So that gives us a nice period now to start chipping away at all of the budget and the capital items. Maxine, did you want to add anything about the wayfinding, or did I say it right?
We're good?
We have a retreat on Friday, so I need to know to,
Ask about it.
oh, we're gonna be talking about goals.
Okay, perfect.
I made a note to advocate.
Terrific.
All right, item number 7, 5 Oaks on Warsaw monthly.
Park visits, do you want to talk about park visits, or do you want me to send out? do you
We
want
can
to
just
send
send
a
it out.
report? Okay, perfect. Okay, very quickly, we'll go through the monthly update. Let me get this out of here and put it where you. Okay. Yeah, so we already went through the resident breakdown. We won't go through that again. But we have had a huge spike, you can see, in our daily use fees, which was really nice. And what's interesting about this is we forecast when we first opened that we would see these spikes that happen in the summertime and then at the school breaks. And we did see those in the beginning, but now 2 years in, we're really seeing a significant increase. We would probably still be seeing it right now, except youth basketball has taken a big chunk out of that because of bringing all the youth players in here. It closes the gym down in the evenings when our basketball adult drop-in is booming. So, but we have a really nice spike there, so it's been very nice.
And again, that aligns with school breaks.
It absolutely does. So it started ticking up around Thanksgiving, and then it really snowballed during December. There were nights in here when we had, more than 40 people playing basketball. We actually started wondering if we were gonna have to put a cap in there. So very exciting.
And you're still acquiring ID.
Absolutely, 100%.
And that's 100% solved your problem.
It absolutely
And
does.
we're not gambling anymore.
No more gambling. It's great. Love it.
Signs everywhere.
The other thing we're seeing is we are definitely seeing an increase in data usage of members because it is the new year. So, yeah, so that's,
And it's cold.
and it's cold outside. Yeah, so today around 3 o'clock, I looked down and every machine had someone on it. This-
Sure, sorry, consider it.
Yeah, yeah.
You can get in.
Yeah, the other road.
So this slide we already looked at. Okay, so,
Quick question.
yes,
too,
sir.
On renewals,
Yes.
I came to my attention that annual renewals are not happening automatically. That the monthly ones are, but the other ones aren't, because our neighbors came in for a course and weren't, but they said they hadn't been notified, but I was just curious, do we have any, or they were told at the desk that annual
That's correct.
renewals have to be done manually.
They do, the emails go out, but sometimes emails get blocked or missed. They go out and remind people of that. It has to do with the way the credit cards are set up.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
but individual monthly, month to month
Keeps going,
keeps going.
yes.
Correct. Does that make sense?
It does, because we have a high number of we have a high number of cards that change over the course of a year. And so if the charging goes through, the call has to be made. So there's a lot of calls that have to be made because we need a new card. So it makes, I wish TJ were here to answer that. She has a much better understanding of how that process works. But if you think about how many times you change cards and things happen, we get a lot of, and then also people forget and they'll get that big charge and then they call us and say, what's this big charge? So, it's,
I just think in that renewal email, it needs to be made very explicitly.
Well, I got one that was very clear.
Okay, okay.
That said, my membership would expire on X date, and that I would need to come up and renew
Okay,
it,
okay.
and it gave me exactly what I had to do.
I missed
Right?
that in our.
And so I had to physically either call or come up and
Okay.
give them a
Good.
credit card or a check.
yes.
They're rotating, it's not like all of January.
Correct. So you get the
Yeah.
email shortly.
Okay.
I think I got it, I wanna say, the month of.
Right, that
expiration.
makes sense.
I wanna say about.
It's something, it was like in the month.
Okay.
The other
I-
thing,
I-
the other thing that happens too is, we're gonna raise the fees July 1. So then an email's gonna go out telling everybody, when you renew, your fee is
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
higher. Yeah.
But the good news is, if you don't try to come in, the next time you come in, they're gonna pay you.
That's what happened.
So I think what happens is, I think it ends up with junk. We probably didn't see it, it probably went to junk. Or spam or something. Anything else on that?
No.
All right, item number 8, city council report, go for it, Nancy.
So, last week up here, we had the mayor and his two guests were from, Mary Big Dad and from Apparatus. Over there getting closer to openings. I don't have an exact date. I think one of them is in March.
It was Pierre to get, who's the other one?
The tap house.
Brass tap,
Brass.
brass tap?
Brass tap.
Brass tap, there we
Yeah,
go.
that's up where
It's been a really long day.
No,
But.
It'll be in 2026.
But they were, and they'll be before the spring,
before summer.
Before the rivers.
But,
Oh, Flying.
Quickly, I'm guessing.
at the way Deer was just flying.
so, I haven't been down that far.
Oh, yeah.
There's just a lot of good things are happening. I mean, we drive down Olive and the, apartment buildings, everything's kind of falling into place. The CBD shop moved and they demolished the building, but not only demolished it, but got cleaned up the mess so that we didn't want it to be like an eyesore or like a nuisance during the next few months while they were waiting for the grade officer who wanted to be proactive and get it done as fast as possible.
What is MoDOT doing with that space?
We are gonna be widening the intersection so that large trucks can make the right and the left onto Howland, and when people come out of the industrial park, they will use that intersection instead of going down Dallas, where you're now going to have the apartments and then they would go down Hilltop, which Sue can attest has been a problem for years and years. So, it's really gonna widen. it.
It's basically 2 more lanes.
It's been so long. So-
What's interesting is now that it's down and cleaned up, when you look at it, you wonder how the heck was it built there? Because it really was
It was a small
non-conforming.
building.
Yeah, yeah.
And
How
if
are they
you've
going to
seen,
put-
And I loved on
and if you saw
Facebook.
the trucks trying to turn for you,
Oh my God, some of those trucks are about to.
it was not good. And so now they have a little more
So
room.
I'll give a little Facebook anecdote. Someone had posted what a sad day and all that. And people started reminiscing, looking all of that. How, I mean, back into the 60s, it was the Sherman Delicatessen, and then it was the this, and it was that. And it was like so funny for me to,
Pickles for a quarter,
and it was a donut shop for a while. I mean, all the different things it was like,
a cleaners.
people came out of the woodwork. I was like,
I missed
like,
that.
it was
Send me
very
it.
funny. It was one of your neighbors.
I'm sure
But
it was.
kind of humorous that, you know, people were being nostalgic over this building being torn down, but.
Probably hadn't been in it in 20 years.
Yeah, well, especially now.
It took 4 hours.
So, you know, we are, city council is moving forward, we got a lot of things that we're doing, like looking at. But one of the things that, we are having a retreat this Sunday at 6 Hour Retreat.
Ooh.
We're all like saying. Hoping that the snow. Yeah, no, no.
City Hall never closes, you'll be just fine.
Well, right, no,
Yep.
I'm saying, like, yeah, by 5:30 instead of 6:30, and I'm on the record saying that, so that's okay. But if we, our retreats are always really productive, and we got one a year, and this one, is really being focused on some goals, and about the conversation about wayfinding tonight, that's pertinent for the conversation we're gonna be having. So, so that,
You want to add one more update for anyone that hasn't? Bruce McGregor is, they've done the sidewalks from Alice to Hilltop. And Hilltop, they're winding the sidewalk all the way down to Olive, from 3 foot to 5 foot, to align with Gateway. And it looks fantastic, except for the idiots that know their school things. Think you, I'm sure you've gone. Oh, yeah.
Wet country.
Oh, yeah, they destroyed 2 panels. So Bruce, I don't think this is.
You've got hoodlums in your neighborhood.
no, they're all over.
No, they're.
Remember our
it's-
previous discussion of the
Yeah.
e-vehicles?
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna report, but it looks, on
Yeah.
Alice, it looks
And
fantastic.
after what we doing with Bonham and some of the other, all sidewalks moving forward are like.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I'm.
I mean, the apartments doing the pouring, but
On
Bruce
our
is,
wish list and, we keep it fine.
Bruce is doing a great job of keeping them on track.
Yes,
It looks
and,
fantastic.
we can, Joe, people being when people compliment to that point, they'll say, oh, what it be like? His mother, his great aunt, his cousin, you know, so, but no, he does wonderful.
No, they're doing a really
We
good
will
job.
pass
and
that
moving
forward.
forward.
So, are there any other questions?
All right.
Okay, so you
Item
haven't,
number- Go ahead.
yep, you,
Can I read the item number?
you absolutely can, sorry.
Item 9, if anyone's following, Parks and Rec Department monthly report.
Okay, so it's
Now
been a
you can-
while since you had a monthly report. So the council got a report on December because they met, but you didn't meet. So I put December in with January because some exciting things happened. And the Parks and Rec commissioners did a massive job parking cars. So thank you very much. This year's turkey trot was our largest ever, largest number of runners and participants and largest donations. So we had 2,075 runners. And we were able to give $31,500 to the food pantry. So that was.
And it was cold, and we still had.
It was,
some.
it was bitterly cold.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that we're doing this year is a customer service survey, a customer satisfaction survey, getting really great comments. We'll be making some changes for next year. So we've never done one before, so it's very exciting. So if you got it, please take it. Or if you just went and didn't run, please send me suggestions because we're hearing a lot of people being very candid, so it's really helpful. But definitely people love the event and they love that the food pantry is the beneficiary.
You build big flags.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
flag. That's my recommendation.
Yeah.
Orange flag.
Yes, we are going to be doing that for sure. And look at that, you just look awesome, Bill. I would listen to you.
Did you bring that flag yourself?
Yeah, it
I
stays,
did, thankfully.
stays in my truck. You never know when you need an orange flag.
You're right.
That's
We
right.
need an orange flag,
Look at Councilmember Lewis over here,
bundled up.
bundled up. When I first looked at it, I thought he was a police officer because it's very similar to what police officers wear. Yeah,
Oh, it was,
yeah,
he was bundled up.
bundled up. It was great.
It was cool.
Absolutely great. Okay, lots is happening in the recreation division. We have a lot of programs in there. Mahjong's taking off. It's amazing. We have a learn to play Mahjong on Monday afternoons. Our cooking classes are really coming along. The kids cooking how to cook, takeout, whatever, they're really loving that. Basketball, we've had a 52% increase in basketball
Wow.
players over last year. So this year we have 868 players.
Wow.
So that is a huge, for the rec league. Yeah, that is fantastic.
So 800, what's the number? 800?
868, it's a 52% increase. Yeah, yeah. Basketball had been in decline and now it is really, really coming up. Keystone Gallery, we had a fantastic show, Susie Farron. It's down. We now have the GRG 25th anniversary. And then we have another opening coming February 6th with Linda Sachs, who does fiber art. So that's exciting. If you brought your lights for recycling, we greatly appreciate it. We have, I believe, 4 or 5 big trash bags in Susie Colhagen's garage that are going for recycling. We're going to start it earlier next year. We heard from a lot of people that they take their lights out around Thanksgiving time, and that's when they're going through them and getting rid of. So next year we're going to have the barrels out earlier, so we'll be able to divert more. Puzzle
And you'll
Paloozas
take anything?
for
Lights?
no, for Christmas lights, string lights.
Yeah,
String
you'll take,
lights.
you'll
Yeah.
take any of them.
Yeah,
right?
any of, doesn't matter what type. Yep.
Okay.
Weed Warriors has been struggling. The craft vendor fair, first time we're doing it, sold out of booths. So
How many?
Wow.
I don't know, Maxine, it's filling this room.
Okay.
We could have taken more, but because of youth basketball, we don't want to we can't take over the gym. But that's
It's in
fantastic.
this room or all three?
All 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 3. Let's see. Oh, and then the parks crew is killing it. So we've had a lot of damage on the fencing from the storms, and they've done all the repairs in-house. So and as they repair it, they're making it stronger. So these flat panels here act, where's my, oh, there we go. These guys, the wind catches them and it kind of undulates. So as the trees grow up, it'll shield them. But right now it's like a wind tunnel in there. So as they replace them, they're reinforcing them. So that's working really well. We had a car drive through, it was a horrible accident. Someone had a medical emergency. It was totally unrelated to traffic. And they drove through the fence. So they cleaned it up right over here. This is on Olive, just past the substation into Stacy Park. So we're gonna have to take out a tree that got damaged, but this is the area slated. So it, on one side it's a little beneficial because we're removing that whole chain link fence all the way down to the access road. So we've cleaned it up. Then we have this beautiful new pathway. So for those who've been on the commission for a while, you remember we did we talked about desire paths. Desire paths are when park users create their own path in an area where they wish to go. And sometimes when parks are designed, they don't put all the pathways in because they want to see where where's that natural tendency going to be. The downside is it can cause a lot of erosion and kill plants. So we discovered when the Greenway opened that there was no way for people to easily get from the Greenway to the restrooms. So the parks crew put this in, and thank you to Jim Person who donated these flagstones for us. They did a wonderful job. I can't wait to see that in the spring when the grass starts growing in. It's going to be really nice. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They also,
Yeah, they've been in Olivet since 1957.
Thank
It's still
you.
there.
Thank you. So those of you who remember, we also we spent an incredible amount of money getting new soccer goals, a gift from the Parks Foundation. So the Parks crew built this storage rack to keep them all aligned in one place. So we know where they are. They're not going to get bent or damaged being out in the park. So I was thrilled with this. This is really going to help us protect our investment. Then they also went over to Irvside and they cleaned up in here. This old, could never really grow anything. It's on the north side of the building. It never sees sun, even in the summertime. So they cleared all this out. Again, that's going to look so much better. Then when you leave tonight, take a look at our new solar lights out here. These ones over here are a little bit dim right now. We're fine tuning them, but they're fantastic. So by putting these in ourselves, we saved a tremendous amount of money. Also, because they're solar, they don't have to be tied in to the electrical system. So there was no trenching, didn't have to bring an electrician. It was fantastic. I wish we had done that with our lights in the parking lot. Oh, well, next time. Really
Live and
great.
learn.
Live and learn, exactly. They also, been doing a lot of fence line clearing of honeysuckle right now because it's been so dry and the ground so hard. They've been able to get the flail mower in there. I don't know if you've noticed, they went into Villa, did the north side of Villa. They also came into
Yeah, it's
Warson
great.
over here. We had a resident come out and thank them for doing it over here. So on the other side of the ball fields up on Warson. What else? Sidewalk lighting,
What is that thing?
pardon me,
Mhm.
the ball field,
No, what they're using.
the
flare
flail mower. It's an attachment to the tractor
Oh, they
and the
put that-
tool cat. It's down and the flail mower, it actually pounds and cuts. Yeah, so it's like the old flail they would use to
Got it.
glean,
Like a sickle.
yeah. It's the flail is what they used to use to separate the seeds out of the wheat when you do it on your threshing floor, yeah. Okay, a lot of people use them to cut trails. They'll go through and do it, yeah. Okay, lots of things happening. Galentine's Yoga's coming back. It's very exciting. Last year it sold out, so if you're planning to go, I think puppy yoga might be already sold out. If you haven't had a chance to come to open mic, I highly recommend it. It is, you never know who's gonna show up and the talent that comes out of
It's
the community.
unbelievable.
It is really great. And then future agenda items. So next month, you're going to have the youth sports staff here to give you their annual update. Then in March, our first ever facility rental survey. Peyton's working on that right now. Then we'll be looking at the annual capital improvement plan. And then the 5 Oaks 6-month status report. We may move that up because we may incorporate that into the fee recommendations we're doing, but that may be a separate presentation, so. Well, it's 6 months because we do the report in December, so that's why it's the 6-month mark, but we may, I don't have a topic for May, yeah. But we may have to do, because the budget you want to probably do before May, so I'm not sure when we'll put that in there somewhere. It might be April as well.
I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Or if you have any questions, I forgot to ask.
Are there any questions?
Sorry.
This group is in shy. Usually. Go ahead.
People adopting dogs from puppy yoga.
We haven't done it before, but we
Oh.
did have dogs adopted last weekend. We did, the
There was an
police did
adoption
a
event.
special adoption event here with the
Oh,
county, and one dog was adopted on site and then 2 were in process when they were gonna pick them up this week. So yeah, very exciting.
cool.
And it was kind of a bad weather day. It's when we had the surprise snowstorm. So they're gonna do it again in the spring. Yeah, it was very successful.
Bill, you had a question?
I did, what is, besides the obvious, the New Year, or our Lunar New Year celebration?
Oh, so last year, remember, we had the big, we had the lion dancers and then the tea ceremony. We did crafts. We had, one night we had, an author, gave an author talk for his book, Chinese. Oh, but you are welcome to attend. That is true. Yes, you're absolutely
So
welcome
we
to
doing
attend.
the same sort of thing this year?
Same sort of thing this year. And then Emmanuel Lutheran, the Chinese church school combo at Emmanuel Lutheran is, they're interested in participating. We're having a meeting with them.
Okay.
Yeah, because we really want it to be a community builder. So it's,
It was great.
it was very fun. The performances were amazing from the
What is it?
might be in here.
I remember seeing it, which is what I was asking.
It's on your.
Yeah, it's around noon, it's noonish.
Oh,
I don't think it's in here. I'll email it out, you guys. I'll email it. The food was great too.
New Year celebration.
Yeah. All right, I'll email, that's a great question. I will email that out to all of you.
Tea was great. Oh.
Okay, so. Also, just a quick PSA. Stephanie asked a question that I thought was really good. and I'd like to share with you all what that is. Let me pull up the internet here. There we go. So if you have not already done this, I highly recommend that you sign up for email notifications. So when I always say, hey, here's the link if you didn't get it, if you sign up here, you can receive when the agendas are posted on Fridays. If you sign up, you get an automatic email, and then you can read the reports over the weekend. The other thing, you can sign up for any commission or
Right.
city council. You can also sign up for, if you want to bid on any of our projects. But the other thing that's really important to sign up for is Siren GPS. Oops, here it is. So this I highly recommend if you have not already signed up for this. So this is really important. You can have, this is an app on your phone, but you get all the alerts the city sends out. So if there's severe weather, flooding, intersection blocked, whatever it is.
When you run into a light post and. traffic
Yes.
block.
So I highly recommend
So
that
it-
you sign up
it
for that.
Send you text messages?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's really great. Yeah.
So one more thing I meant to do and I didn't, I sent to Maxine. There's a Facebook group for parks, St. Louis Parks. There's a group,
Okay.
and they did part 2 of the top 10 parks they recommend. Villa and Indian Mountain,
Oh,
made the
that's
list. And I
great.
found Max, I meant to send it to you.
Yeah.
It
Um,
does, it's hundreds of, okay, we got 104,000 views. And it says Real REL by Explore STL Parks, Facebook.com, and it shows, it's like a little reel, it's a video of the best
10
playground,
best parks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we see that on Instagram.
best
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
playground part 2, near St. Louis.
And Villa and Indian Meadows both made the list.
Oh, that's
which was
fantastic.
really exciting.
Yeah.
I think we put
And
that
I
in
meant to
the
send it to
newsletter.
you.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah. And then when that happens on Instagram, they tag us and we repost it.
Yeah, and I hadn't
Yeah.
seen that one show.
Yeah, we're more active on Instagram because of our demographics than on Facebook, but we do have a Facebook
Well, so
presence.
this is Reels on Facebook is where it integrates.
Yeah,
So
so
it was
yeah,
on, it was
is there-
on one of the.
Yeah, I think they cross post. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is great. That's fantastic. Thanks for sharing
Oh,
that.
that was exciting. I was
Yeah.
excited.
I move for adjournment.
Oh, actually, I had a question for return. Mr. Angus.
Just bringing it back.
I know you are. Thank you. So on our upcoming dates, was there any events that you needed or would request to have commissioners at? Just so we, I mean, a lot of times in the past, we've kind of talked about it and figured out who's doing what.
We have, yes. These are not the big ticket ones. I will check with the staff about New Year. That is a potential because sometimes with the food service, we need a little help.
Mhm.
I encourage you to come to open mic night because you see a demographic that doesn't come to our other special events.
Are we
So
selling, questions of the, tractor?
we have talked about that, but that could be a possibility too. We've talked about that because, yeah, and it's our first time doing it, so I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I've mentioned it to the staff. Yeah.
That's something that.
Yes, absolutely. So
So
I
if
will
we
also,
do that, yeah.
yep, I will suggest him to that. However, don't forget that our big events are coming. So, as soon as we have the dates, well, it'll be in the spring summer activity guide that's in production right now. I will send you those save the dates for Party in the Park. We will need everybody for Party in the Park. Yeah. Yeah, and then Holy is
Holy
coming up. Holy Festival is
Holy.
very, very early this year. The weather is going to be,
That right now last year?
well, last year, yeah, there was that
No.
huge storm that came through the night before. There was no power in the park. And part of the city had flooded and it was having emergencies, so we canceled it.
I remember
Yeah.
something. I remember what, I remember like.
Yeah,
It was not good.
yeah, they couldn't get the
So it's
stage.
earlier?
I mean, it was.
early
It's,
March?
yeah, so it's like Lunar New Year, it moves on the calendar, so it's very early, so the weather may be bitterly
Really
cold.
bad.
Yeah, we'll see what
No,
happens.
last year.
And then I have a question for all of you. Do all of you get the notices when we close for weather? So you do, when we close the center. Do you all know that we're closing the center?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I can know, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Or I think, okay, well,
That-
get all
It's awesome in Siren.
It'll
I
go out
thought it
there.
was.
And we put it out through the media, we
Yeah.
put it out on the,
Oh,
so-
Member here. So I
yeah, and
can know-
we emailed the members, yep.
So
Okay.
I get that.
So, part of our storm prep, is we're looking at Sunday may be a difficult opening day for us.
Yeah.
And then, also, anytime you guys want to give a high five to the parks crew, because they will all be working.
Of course it
Yeah.
will.
And the Public Works and, our crew works with Public Works, so they will probably be coming in very early in the morning, Sunday or whatever. So we haven't strategized yet. That'll be coming up. So,
Do they like clear out the major roads and then like, do that individual residential streets?
yeah, they have a triage system that
Yeah.
they do. They have to do.
Right, that's now.
Unfortunately, no,
Oh,
state, it's state.
Hey, I know what I mean.
Get them,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then-
So-
That's always kind of a miss. Oh, then there's always potholes after they come through.
Yeah,
Of course it works.
And our brand new paving,
Yeah.
yeah. So the Parks crew does all the public sidewalks. No, not all sidewalks are public, but they do the city-owned sidewalks and they do, all the, city parking lots, City Hall, Stacy. We have to clear Stacy because the restrooms, and it's also the school uses it, so we really try and keep that clear. They do here, and then they supplement the Public Works crews who do the streets. And then our crew is oftentimes out using snow blowers and manually clearing, whereas Public Works is in the big trucks.
Do we have Jim give a warning to everybody who's manually shoveling snow before they go out on their shift?
Yeah.
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 Shame on
So, I use some of those snow this weekend.
No, I have a snowblower now.
Nice, the way to go.
Way to go. So anytime you want to come, I shovel the walks here oftentimes on the weekends, so I'll be out here this weekend, so you are welcome to come help me.
All right,
Yes.
motion,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay,
Sunday, like,